Hi guys! There were a lot of videos from Pumptracks on our second channel and a lot of viewers were asking about how-to video, so we made it.
We will explain the proper riding technique, we will talk about most common mistakes, and we will give several tips on how to correct those mistakes. Please, let us know if you want to see more how-to videos on this channel. Leave a comment and click on the like button. Prepare some snacks and enjoy.
What is Pumptrack? Pumptrack literally means a course where you should gain speed by pumping the terrain. The track consists of a lot of rollers and turns, as well there might be integrated skate park features like jump boxes, wall rides, grind boxes. If we take a pump track like an MTB discipline, the main goal is to go through the course as fast as possible. You're alone on the track, you are competing against track features and stopwatch.
Pump track skills are MTB essential skills, because there are lots of MTB disciplines where you should know how to work with the terrain properly. For example, for downhill and enduro racers, pump track gives a perception of how to work with a complicated terrain and how to gain a speed out of it. BMX freestylers and slopestylers use pump track to train their muscles and learn to jump higher. But pretty much pump track develops the skill of a bike control, and several pump track sessions would be useful for each rider, even if they don't want to become the competitive pump track racers. As well, it is an amazing way to have fun on your bike. A lot of jumps, transfers, manuals, good flow, and this list keeps growing.
The main pump track idea. Now let's get acquainted with the main principle of pump track riding. Your mass center should be located on the same height all the time, so it moves over the rollers with straight vectors, and that is how you don't lose the speed. To follow this rule, you have to bend your knees and elbows while going on the roller and then straighten your arms and legs while going off of it. It means you have to push your bike down and accelerate this way. Remember, pump track is a very dangerous MTB discipline. Scars on Anatoly's face prove that. A really terrifying fact is that Anatoly was in a full-face helmet that day. It is really important to wear protection like knee pads, shin pads, gloves, helmet, and you shouldn't buy the cheapest offer. Also, it is worth it to equip your bike with brakes, because there might be a lot of dangerous situations on a track.
Now let's talk about the body position. Your body should be in the attack position, so the main weight should be located above the cranks. Your elbows and knees should be bent, but your hips should be brought back. This is obligatory, because this stand provides a lot of bike control. Your feet should be located in this way. This position provides more grip and doesn't restrict your feet movements. For instance, feet movement is a really important part of a racing technique. When you go down a roller, your heels should be pointed down, so it's like pushing your bike down and forward. When the front wheel is already going up on the next relief part, you have to lift up your heels so you don't lose the speed. Elbows are bending simultaneously with knees, that's kinda obvious.
What about mistakes? Some people have problems with the timing on pump track. Your wheels should be on the surface of the track and not lose a touch during the pumping process. As the speed increases, this can lead to heavy falls. A sense of rhythm will come only with experience, but it is worth paying attention to immediately. Your elbows should be pointed to the side, not back. A good example is the bench press. Where are you pointing your elbows? Obviously not along the body. The same with the knees. You need to swing with your arms and legs so you don't have to wriggle while riding. Also, try to work with your arms and legs more amplitude, because beginners often make small, short movements that reduce the effectiveness of the swing. To see your mistake, take a picture of yourself from the side. It will definitely help you to clarify your mistakes.
Useful tip. If it is your first time on a track, it is better to begin while the track is nearly empty, so you won't distract others. As well, it would be more comfortable for you. Or, if it is possible, try to use a beginner's pump track. Corners. Now that we have dealt with the work with the terrain, we can move to one of the most difficult and technical parts of the track. These are turns. The most important skill on a pump track is to gain speed in a turn, or at least not to lose it there. A turn on a pump track can be compared to a roll laid on a side. Therefore, they also need to be pumped. Entrance in the turn takes place closer to its edge. The trajectory goes along the upper part of the turn. On many tracks, it's marked with a red line. It's worth to say that the line does not show the optimal trajectory, but the border beyond which you cannot drive. Next, you need to start gradually moving away from the red line down. The exit from the turn should take place in its middle part. You need to start training cornering at low speed, then gradually increase it. And yes, at low speed you will not be able to immediately go high in a corner, so try to go on the center line at first. At high speed it is incredibly difficult to accurately pump a turn. The technique is very similar to the technique of pumping rolls. You need to bend your arms and legs as you enter the turn. And approximately in the middle of the turn, you need to start unbending your knees and elbows, after which at the exit start pushing in again to gain speed.
Another common mistake is the wrong trajectory in turns. Driving over the red line, going too low, too narrow entrance or exit out of a turn, all these can be considered as mistakes. In fact, these mistakes are the most dangerous, since falls in corners lead to very terrible injuries. The trajectory depends on the speed, but always try to go wider into the turn, more external trajectory. The main thing is not to overdo it, so the wheels do not go out of a red line. So guys, thanks for watching, I hope you liked that video and we helped you learning how to pump track.
Make sure to leave a like, drop down some comments, and see you guys very soon.